Hi everyone, I'm Elise, a master student of Pi Linguistics in the University of Queensland. In this video, I'm going to talk about one important concept in second language acquisition, the zone of proximal development. Hope you can enjoy this video and have a general idea of this concept. Now, let's start. Well, firstly, let's think about this question. How do we learn new things? A Soviet psychologist, Lev Vygotsky, proposed sociocultural theory, arguing human learning is mainly a social process. That is, we learn new things through interacting with other people and influenced by social and cultural environment. Extending sociocultural theory to education, Vygotsky raised the concept of the zone of proximal development, which is widely used in second language acquisition. He argued, there is a distance between the level of children's actual development and the level of their possible development. In other words, first, there is what we can do on our own, and then there is a zone of proximal development, which represents what we can do with others' help. But there are still a lot of things that we can't do, even with others' help. And here is a vivid metaphor which can help us understand it better. If we compare what we can do independently as a fruit, the zone of proximal development is the flower, and after a period of time, the flower will become a new fruit, which means we will be able to do what we can't do now without others' help. One important concept of ZPD is scaffolding, proposed by other linguistics. So, what is scaffolding? It is a process through which teachers and more competent peers provide some necessary support for us in our ZPD and taper off those helps when they become unnecessary, just like workers remove physical scaffolds from a building after completing construction. And now let's focus on the application of ZPD in the second language learning. Think about our second language learning journey and answer this question. Can we learn a new language effectively without any help or guidance? I believe most of us would say no. Just like we learned how to stand and walk, children who have some objects to support them can stand up and walk earlier and faster than those who don't have any support. According to Vygotsky, learning a new language is the same thing. Well, it seems support in second language acquisition is extremely necessary. In many second language classrooms, teachers prefer to prepare some tasks about our actual development, and then they would provide some support for us, or they would organize some group activities to let us discuss with each other or help each other to finish all tasks. Well, why is ZPD so popular in language teaching? Well, I will mainly talk about two reasons. Firstly, ZPD can help learners to have a better understanding and inspire them to have an aha moment. And also, ZPD can reduce their negative emotions, especially those caused by problems which cannot handled by themselves. In other words, ZPD can motivate them to some extent. But as we all know, everything has two sides. So, does ZPD have disadvantages? The answer is, of course, yes. Here, I will mention two main problems. Firstly, it is very hard for teachers to figure out the actual language development of each student. Well, because test results are affected by a lot of factors, like anti-pressure ability. They can't reflect the real language proficiency of every student. But using other methods like observation leads to a heavy workload for teachers. Therefore, how to know students' actual development effectively is a problem. Secondly, class instructions are designed for average students in the classroom, so those who have higher intelligence or language proficiency will be insufficiently challenged and supported. This can become a big problem for those students to have a better individual development. Well, generally speaking, ZPD is very important in second language acquisition. Most teachers think using ZPD in the classroom can benefit students and help them have a good command of second language. But there are still some people arguing ZPD can have a negative effect to language learning because it's very difficult for teachers to avoid those problems. So, what do you think about ZPD? Please feel free to discuss with me.